Hey, is it possible the president of Mexico really captured some kind of elf-like creature on camera? Or is this just some kind of international prank? Hey guys, Bill here. You know, Mexico is one of my favorite parts of the world because it is just chock full of stories about spirits, monsters, and aliens. You know, kind of like the Metapec creature, werewolves, cyclops sharks, La Llorona, La Niña Pero, and a whole bunch more. Just recently, a picture of a new creature came in that I have not heard of before. It's called an eluxe, and according to Mayan legend, it's a small elf-like creature that's mischievous and inhabits the forest and likes to play tricks on people. Yep, that sounds like an elf all right. But hey, you know what's weird about this story? This story wasn't just posted by some kid on TikTok. This story was posted by the current president of Mexico. Now, a bunch of you guys, including Jonathan Siegel, wrote in and asked, the Mexican president claims he saw an elf. Is this real or just a big fat fake? Well, guys, I hope we don't get ourselves involved in a, Andrew Dawson type government conspiracy. But on the other hand, this is just too good to pass up. Let's take a look. Okay, first off, we're going to take a closer look at the story, and then we'll take a closer look at the picture. Now, in terms of the story, the link that was sent to me comes from a publication called The Hill, which is a centrist newspaper known to be, pretty factual in their reporting. The article headline says, Mexican president posts photo of what he claims is an elf. The article says the president posted the picture to his own social media accounts and did not seem to be joking when he claimed it was an eluxe, which is an elf-like creature in Mexico. The translation of his post says he is sharing two photos. The first one of the eluxe was taken by an engineer 3 days before the president's post. Aha! So now we know the president himself did not take this picture. And that's important because what this means is that the president has to believe somebody else's picture. And this is what I call walking on thin ice. The second picture was taken by someone else and just shows a pre-Hispanic sculpture in a place called Ekbalam. He ends the post by saying, everything is mystical. Interesting. I guess what this means is that the president of Mexico believes in things like elves and eluxes. Okay, next, let's take a look at the picture itself. It's taken at night and shows what almost looks like a human up there in the tree staring down at the person who's taking the picture. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to import the picture into Photoshop and show you a little trick I use to examine photos. Here I magnify it and start playing with the brightness and contrast. By doing this, I can usually spot where a Photoshop artist made changes to a picture. In this case, the eyes look a little too bright, and that bright line above the forehead, well, that looks a little too bright as well. Well, it does look suspicious, but I can't prove anything in Photoshop, so what we're gonna have to do is go to a higher level. Here we are inside my favorite photo examination webpage, Forensically, and now we're gonna run it through a whole bunch of tools to get down to the nitty-gritty. Okay, as usual, Forensically came through for me, and well, I now have the official answer right here. But hey, here's the deal. If you watch this show on a regular basis, you know there's no way I can tell you what's going on in here until you tell me what you got going on up there, okay? So now, when I say go, what you have to do is make up your mind. Is the photo, we're talking about the photo, is the photo real, fake, or unknown, okay? Now, once you make up your mind about that, then you need to vocalize it, as in yelling it out, so if there's other people in the room, they know where you stand. And if there is nobody else in the room, just make sure you yell it loud enough so you can't take it back. It's still echoing off the walls, all right? Now, if you can't do that, it's okay to pause the video, go to the comment section, leave your answer down there, and then come back here and play the rest of the video to see if you're right or not. You ready? And go. Hey, while we're waiting for everybody to make up their minds and vote, what do you say we take a look at another submission that came in and caught my eye? It's a video called Vertical Pool, and it was sent in by Ethan Jones and Nicholas Saragino. Let's take a look. Guys, this is a really well done video, but you know, it's definitely fake. And I'm gonna explain to you how it goes together, okay? Now, what you do is you take 2 shots of a swimming pool. Swimming pools are flat and they kind of look like this, right? They're at this angle. But what you do with this shot is you place it over this shot and you kind of crop it and cut it and do a bunch of stuff and then rotate it and make it vertical, right? So you still have this picture and there is a pool right here that's horizontal, but because you put in this tilted one, you just can't see it. But okay, I know, a lot of you guys are asking, well, if it's flipped like that, how is it that the guy could actually jump into the pool? Well, that, my friends, is a little editing trick, and if we look close, we're going to be able to see where the edit was made. What's really going on here when he first walks up is he's just literally jumping into a normal pool that we can't see, the one that was covered up by the vertical pool. You see right here, there's the pool deck, which means he's jumping backwards into a normal pool. But watch right here. Suddenly we see a big jump in his position when we go from this frame to this frame. You see it right there? That's where the 2 shots are actually connected. In the first shot, he was just literally jumping backwards into a pool. And in the second shot, they took a normal shot of him falling into the pool and rotated it and then matched it together with the first one. See how easy it is to trick people? That's why I always say we got to stay on our toes, people. Okay, now that we got down to the truth on that vertical pool, what do you say we get down to the truth on this Alexi picture we've been looking at and see what we got here, because it's not every day you get an important person like the president of Mexico claiming a picture is real. But it just goes to show you that, you know, sometimes people in higher places, you know, they know better than we do. But then again, sometimes they don't. So, you know, well, I don't want to go down this road because first thing you know, I'm going to be saying, hey, sometimes they just don't tell us the truth on purpose. And then there we go. Then I'm going to be claimed to be working for the government and everything else. Okay, let's see what it says here. Based on the information gathered, final 100% with that. Oh. Well, I think you're going to be surprised by this one because the official answer of that thing in the tree, the photo, is 100%. That's right. Fake. When I ran the picture through its paces at Forensically, it definitely showed signs of digital manipulation. In this view here, the blue areas are telling us one part of the picture was copied and then pasted over another part of the picture with what is known as the clone tool. Next, I did an error level analysis, and what this shows us is pretty clear. When we look at the pixels where the head is, the dots are very small, but they're sharp and in focus. But here's the thing, when we look at other parts of the picture, the pixels are blurred and just look different. All in all, what it means is that somebody definitely did some digital alteration of this picture. Now, I can see some people trying to make an argument that, hey, you know, they enhanced it, but it is real. Well, I got some news for you because I have another shoe to drop on this fake. The original picture, now listen closely, actually comes from Indonesia and was widely reported there as a demon on February 5th, 2021, more than 2 years ago. From there, it popped up in England on February 8th, 2021, as being recorded in Manchester, and then spread to Mexico in October of 2021 as a witch. President Obrador then posted his version of the picture as a Mayan elf on February 25th, 2023. But what he thinks is an eloxe in Mexico is really a kind of manipulated shot of an orangutan hanging out in a tree at night in Indonesia. So guys, this just goes to show you why we got to be so careful when we're sharing photos and pictures and stories on the internet. I mean, here we have the president of Mexico who was tricked into believing this photo and then shared it on his own presidential social media. A little bit embarrassing, I would say. So if you don't want to be embarrassed like that, be careful. Thank you. And now for my favorite fake of the week. The video is called Octopus Bathing Out of the Sea. It was sent in by Amrit Singh. It's a pretty compelling shot, but first of all, how did the octopus even get there? And second, why does the water look so strange? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because this video is so fake. It's funny! Hey, don't go away just yet. There are a whole lot more real or fakes you can look at. Just go ahead and click on one.